A manager's time with disengaged employees. Which employees get your attention? Welcome, Authentic Leaders. I was recently asked by a department leader about how much time he's spending with his employees. Specifically, he was getting frustrated with the amount of time he was spending with disengaged employees versus his high-performing employees. He simply was just asking, where do I spend my time? Should I be spending it with these disengaged employees that are taking so much of my time, or should I be spending it more with my high performers? So this is not an uncommon question that I get from managers and leaders. Where do they spend their time? They want to spend their time with those high performing employees, of course. High performers deserve your support as you give them resources they need to continue to perform at high levels. Now, those employees that are disengaged or maybe even low performers, the simple answer is yes, they do take more of your time up front. But it is your job to ensure that they become high performers. It's simply not okay to not have high performers on your team. And it will take you time and energy to get them to become high performers. An executive leader I was working with recently who wanted to fire one of his employees. And I just asked, let's pause for just a moment and let's confirm that you've done all that you can do. We talked about these 6 factors that can many times take a disengaged employee and make them a high performer, as long as you address each one of these 6 factors. The first one is support. You need to give them the resources that they need to be successful in a high-performing employee. You need to be clear about the priorities and give them the time to accomplish the results they need to accomplish. Next is expectations. You simply need to be very clear about what your expectations of the results that they need to produce. Without clear expectations, there's a great opportunity for failure because there's a misunderstanding about what those expectations are. The third one is to assess. You need to assess, are they mentally, emotionally, and even physically able to perform the tasks that they are required to do in their job? Do they truly have the capability to actually perform the tasks that they need to do? The fourth one is to provide feedback. This is something that does take time with managers, to give them immediate feedback about their performance, how well they're doing or where they have opportunities to improve. They need that immediate feedback. This is not something to hold off and wait for. The fifth one is the outcomes or results that need to be created. You need to be very clear about when these results are achieved. Here are either the successes and how we are going to celebrate actually getting this done. Doesn't have to be a big deal, but how will we acknowledge that they did a good job, or the consequences. If you do not perform at this level, what are the consequences of not performing? Number 6, the last one, is that managers need to ensure that they are developing their employees. They are giving them the experiences, the training, even the information resources that they need to be successful in their role. Many times this is a step that is missed and they assume they have these skills when they simply don't have it. You give them a little bit of training or the resources to do the job, and many times we'll turn those performers into high performers. If you have a disengaged employee or a low performer, ask yourself, have you addressed each one of these steps? Which of these steps might you be missing in your low-performing and disengaged employees? Put in the comments below, how have you addressed poor performers or disengaged employees on your team? If you have a low performer on your team, what action can you take? Which of these 6 factors we just discussed can you consider applying this week? Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in the next Authentic video.